Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Marcos over here. This is a little series I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna call it Road to Black Ops 3. Basically, I'm just gonna go through every Call of Duty, man. Play some missions, play some, not third party modes, but those like extra modes like zombies or extinction and stuff like that. And obviously hit up some of that multiplayer, man. It's kind of random the way I'm going through what I'm picking. I try to pick some of the stuff that I remember most from the game, or some of the stuff that I kind of liked about the game, and also kind of my limitations, with terms of the game. So take, for instance, in Modern Warfare, I played a couple games, wasn't really able to get too many games of it, but, still a decent amount of games I managed to get in there. I actually had 2 good games that I wanted to post up, one of them at least, and unfortunately my footage got deleted, which is no bueno, because I went ham on the delete button. But, it is what it is. But when I was thinking about it a little more, I was like, you know what, man, I'm never going to try to get that multiplayer again. I'm going to go over here and do the all gillied up mission, man, because this is what I remember from Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare came out, I guess it was my freshman year in college. I didn't have a 360 at the time. When I went to college, I had at my GameCube was probably the latest system I had. But I really brought my N64, man. A lot of my N64 games. I remember playing a lot of N64 games, especially my sophomore year. I remember scooping up a bunch of N64 games on the low. Like Rayman 2, for example, is one that I remember playing. But that's neither here nor there when it comes to the Call of Duty, which is what we're working on over here. But All Gillied Up was kind of a mission that you could go back to and think about and say to yourself, hey, this is something different. Like, this is something that set apart your single-player experience to be something a little bit more. All of a sudden we got a little stealth gameplay here. We're going 15 years in the past in terms of the storyline, which was at the time pretty damn good storyline. Now it kind of gets made fun of how ridiculous and absurd it got. And by Modern Warfare 3, no one knew who anybody was. But that's what it is. That's what happens with people and whatnot. But at the time, this was like what the high point of first-person shooter storylines was, and it's almost like groundbreaking. I'm not going to play through the full mission here. I'm just going to kind of play through my favorite part, which is when the guys walk through you and all that. But even at the end, I believe at the end of this mission is a part where you actually snipe the dude, then you got to escape, and then you hold on to the Ferris wheel. Which, by the way, when you're playing that Ferris wheel part on Veteran, woo-wee! I believe actually Joe managed to beat that pretty easily. And I had a very, very difficult time. I didn't beat that till years after the game came out. So I actually didn't get Modern Warfare. I played Modern Warfare on my boy Junior's room. I remember playing it over there, and I was kind of like, yeah, this is pretty good. It's not really me, but it's pretty good. I wouldn't really put that much work into it. Little did I know it was going to happen years down the line. But I played a little bit, and I was like, yeah, it looks pretty good. But, we play that Grand Theft Auto, though, I don't know if it came out around that time, or maybe it was a year later. I don't remember. But I remember Grand Theft Auto 4 was the hot shit. It might have been a year later after his duty came out. But we were playing them both kind of simultaneous. And I was like, yeah, this is cool, but I'd rather, play that, I'd rather play that Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't until World at War I really started to feel in love with Call of Duty, and it became honestly a pretty big important staple of my life, man. When you go and look at it, it's kind of scary, how much time I put into these Call of Duty games. But it's time, I think, well spent, man. But when I went back and played Modern Warfare, I got it later on. I believe it was honestly my senior year. I copped it, and I believe Modern Warfare 2 was the newest that was out, but I picked up the first one as well to kind of have them both and play through them both, and I was pleasantly surprised. The multiplayer, hey, your multiplayer to this day is still pretty fun, man. When I hopped into those games, I enjoy my score streaks, and I enjoy, for example, with Black Ops 2, where I expect Black Ops 3 to take it another level in terms of score streaks and everything adding up and worrying about that. But there's a part of me that just enjoys the simplicity of 3, 5, and 7 kill streaks. That's something, and there's a balance to it, I was able to get some games where I had 2 choppers, and those other games where I only managed to get the artillery, those other games where I only managed to get the spy planes, Obviously, that depends on kind of your ability to do the game, but to me, there was I felt like there was a good balance there still to this day, and when I go and look at it, I'm like, man, this game, I understand why this game kind of broke the trend and brought first-person shooting really was something different, It offered that single-player experience, which was great, honestly fun, short enough that you could play it a couple times, but long enough where you felt you still got something out of it, which is in itself kind of its own little plus, advantage to it. You don't want the storyline to drag too much, but you don't want it to be too short. I felt there was some replayability there. I felt on Veteran it was brutal. So Call of Duty 2 to me is probably the hardest one to play on Veteran, honestly. Two, literally 2. 3 I haven't beaten yet in Veteran, so I've kind of been like a little bit tedious into even playing that. And then World at War will probably be the next one, but then Modern Warfare will be right up there. World at War is absurd. World at War is just nade after nade after nade after nade. I remember just being in the grass, just trying to hide from enemies, not get shot, and just have grenade indicators all over me. Like, it was almost impossible to have more grenade indicators on me, man. That's what World at War was. But when I look at Modern Warfare, man, I mean, look at this. Just think about what's going on over here. All Gillied Up is definitely the one mission I always kind of think about, and to me stands out. The power of a Call of Duty single-player experience. Then you compound that with what the multiplayer was, man, with some epic maps like Bog and stuff like that. Maps that even somebody who like me who hasn't played it too much still knows. Man, all of a sudden you got yourself a pretty damn good thing. So next up, we're going to go World at War, man. Next, I'm actually posting videos every day now leading up to Black Ops 3 with some cool games over here that I decided to bring up and show you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the series, man. I'm getting hyped for Black Ops 3. Just a couple days away, man. A week and some change away. Woo! It's gonna be banging. And I'm gonna drop this off over here once we get past this crew over here. We're gonna end this mission over here. Modern Warfare, man. Jot down your thoughts and memories about it, man. It's a great game. It's good times. Your boy is out.